Joining us now is Philip Palumbo, and we're going to be talking about his book and a few other things about making work optional. Welcome to the show. How are you?
Thanks for having me, Donna.
So, do either one of us work? I don't, because I love what I do. Do you love what you do?
Love what we do. That's the most important thing. If you have the passion, you never work a day in your life.
That's absolutely true. How long have you been doing what you do?
25 years.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's nice. And you actually have like a hard copy of
I
his
do.
book.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Tell us about this endeavor. Is this your first book?
It's my first book. Yes.
Okay. What was the process like for you?
The process of starting my book and writing my book was about a year and 3 months. So it's pretty rigorous, as you can imagine, right? So you
Right.
spend half an hour a day, start with the first chapter and kind of move through that. And there's the editing piece, which really took a lot of time just to make sure that it was my voice and everything was the way I wanted it. Then you read the book over once or twice, then continue to make changes. So it's a bit of a process. I want to basically take 25 years of my experience. At the time, it was 24 years of my experience, and really bring it to light so people really understand what it takes to make work optional.
I like how you dedicated it to. It says, to my wife, my best friend and biggest fan, thank you. To my 3 sons, dream big, work hard, and you will achieve anything you put your mind to, exclamation point. So that's really where your purpose is, right? Your passion is your heart, your family, it all starts there.
Correct.
And then from that great foundation, you're able to soar. I love this. I've known you for
Absolutely.
a while. This is pretty impressive, this book, because you go into depth with different chapters. You've got some nice visuals in it, and you have like a wealth management formula that works for you as well as your clients, right? So tell us about that. How can people? I know that to be a successful entrepreneur, you have to increase sales and decrease cost consistently over and over and over again. What about generating wealth? How does somebody start becoming to have more wealth, whether it's financial, even in your own life? But like, let's talk
Obviously,
about money for a second.
yeah, so there's different stages, right? There's the wealth accumulation stage. Wealth accumulation stage is you accumulate wealth through our careers, right? So our careers can be you own your own business or you're an employee for working for an employer. You earn income, and your goal is to spend some of that money to enjoy life and pay your mortgage, pay for utilities, food, etc. But then you also want to make sure that you save money, right? And then when you save money, you want to make sure you're investing that money properly. And you're doing that over multiple years, and you're looking to compound that over multiple years. So Albert Einstein always says that compounding of interest is the most powerful thing in the world. And it's true. And the ones who start the earliest are the ones who build the most wealth over time.
Okay.
So that's the first stage. And then you get older, 40, 50, 60, and you kind of say to yourself, well, all right, well, how much longer do I really want to continue working? How much longer do I want to continue running my business? When you run a business, there's a lot involved. And some people say, hey, I'm ready to stop. So the question is are you really ready to stop? And that's where we really step in to help assess that.
Also, from a psychology aspect, a lot of times people that are, 50, 60, 70, they identify their person with what it is that they do. It's really difficult sometimes for people to retire or walk away because maybe they've been a plumber for their whole life. And if they sold their plumbing business, are they still a plumber? Are they no longer a plumber, right? So you probably work with people and having those conversations as well, right?
Yes.
A lot goes into people are emotionally attached to their money.
That's right. So what we say all the time is like you sell your business on Friday, on Monday, you're like, oh my gosh, now what? Right? So it's
Right.
like, because you're so involved in entrenching your business for so many years, all of us are. I mean, every single day, that's all I think about is my business, literally, besides my wife and my 3 boys. But besides that, all you do is think about your business. It's nonstop. So when a day comes when you walk away, a couple, 3 days later, you're like, oh my gosh, like now what? And that's why what I say all the time and to talk about it is like a 3-legged stool, right? There's 3 parts to thinking about exiting a business. Number 1 is you say to yourself, okay, my personal self, right? So what does you 2.0 look like? When you sell your business that very next day, what are you going to do? What is it going to look like? So spending the time really understanding that. The second part of the stool is your financial self. So financially, are you prepared for that? So in other words, if you sell the business, whatever you net, is that enough money so you can live the life that you want to live? And then the third aspect is, which is a part that a lot of people don't think about as business owners, because we're all so entrenched in our business that we don't take a step back and say, is our business trading at the best value possible? I call it best in class. Because most businesses are not, because they're so entrenched and not really building an enterprise. And so our job, again, is to really look at all 3 of those parts. So like you said it before, so when you really sell your business, that very next day, you have a plan.
And you want to build your business up so that it is of value to the next person that's taking it over.
Of course.
You don't want something that you've built to fail. So if you can ensure that you're doing a really good job and that you're dotting your I's and crossing your T's,
Right.
and then you're letting someone else take the reins, at least you know that those reins are healthy.
Right. Absolutely.
Right?
That's a
So
big
that's
part of it.
important too.
That's
You
right.
help them with all of that.
That's right.
Okay. And this book specifically is for who? Who do you think
Yeah.
is your biggest audience for this particular book?
Yeah, first of all, I think all audiences could read this book and then really find it to be very helpful, right? So the idea behind Make Work Optional, this is what I got tired of, especially being in this industry. In our industry, the word retirement is so archaic, it's overused and over-marketed. And I feel like we're living in a different world today where everybody should be thinking more like, how can I make work optional as quickly as possible? And that simply means Charlie Munger was one of the most successful investors in the world. What he said all the time is, I don't want to become rich because I want to drive a Ferrari or drive a Lamborghini. It's because I want to have financial independence.
Peace of mind.
Peace of mind, right? There's a goal we all have as it relates to health. You have to exercise and eat well. There's a goal as it relates to money. It's to become financially independent as quickly as possible so you can do whatever you want to do. And then you may want to continue doing what you're doing. We're not saying you become financially independent so you can stop working, but you want to become financially independent so you can do whatever you want to do in your life. And that's
an option, not a have to.
Exactly. That's a big. You're working because you want to, not because you have to. And that's what financial independence does for you.
Love it. Thank you for joining us.
All right, thank
You're
you.
brilliant. It's nice to see your smiley face here once again. The second you walked into set, I was like, hey, Philip's here. I was like, yeah. So thank you very much. And congratulations on this.
Thank you,
It's
Donna.
really well done.
Thank you.
And how can people get this?
Right on Amazon.
On Amazon.
Absolutely.
Perfect. There you go. Buy the book. Enjoy your life. And we hope that work is optional for you. Thanks for watching.